any artist from any genre that needs a stage, we are welcome to give you that stage for you to listen and for that artist to enjoy on our Tiniest Stage. And today we've got Cincy in the studio. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Hi guys. Hi guys.
Hello. 어서 오세요.
안녕하십니까.
일단은 본인 소개 한번 간단하게 부탁드릴게요.
안녕하세요. Hi guys. I'm Cincy. I'm from South Korea, and then I'm a singer-songwriter in Korea. I'm a model, and then I'm a musical producer in Korea, and then singer-songwriter.
Wow. Okay. A lot of job titles that we need to get through today.
Yeah.
이제 뭐 오늘 할 얘기는 당연히 한 시간이 부족할 것 같은데요.
부족하죠.
하시는 일도 많고. He's not enough time. Well, that means that he has to come back then. Already promising that he's going to come back. So, it's your first time here on K-pop. 이제 처음 오셨잖아요.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, what happens is a lot of times our artists get really nervous because it's the first time they're here. We want to break the ice a little bit. 긴장되니까요.
Yeah.
So we have a game ready for you.
Okay.
It's called This or That.
Okay.
그래서 들어오시기 전에 이걸 써주셨잖아요.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, you made a little name tag here.
Uh-huh.
So what we're going to do is in 60 seconds,
60. Okay.
you have to answer as many balance game questions as possible. That's it.
Okay.
Pretty simple. So right now we have a tie. 6th and 7th place at 14. 3rd, 4th, and 5th at 15. And at number 1, 16.
Okay, I'm gonna go to 17.
So very competitive.
Yeah.
Very, very competitive. So what do you get if you stay in the number 1 spot? So if the season comes to an end, and that is up to my producer, if you are at the number 1 spot when PD님 says stop for this season, normally when you come to a show, you're promoting, right?
Yeah.
We will end up calling you
Yep.
and be like, okay, Cincy, when are you available? You won the season. Come back and join us in the studio. So it's a free 출연권.
Yeah. Okay. 100%.
100% okay.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
You're going to win?
Yeah. Of course.
Of course.
Why not?
He's going to win. Well, I love the determination. So with the amount of determination that he has right now, 뭘로 해드릴까요? 한국말로 해드릴까요? 영어로 해드릴까요?
한국말로요.
Okay, right?
네.
Okay, so because he's doing really good at answering in English right now, but I was like, do you want me to do it in English or Korean? It's like, Korean. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So we'll get to the bottom of everything later. So fam, he's going to do our this or that. He can come back if he gets number 1 spot. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, music cue. 강아지, 고양이.
강아지.
오케이. 양념치킨, 후라이드 치킨.
프라이드.
오케이. 콩국수는 설탕, 소금.
설탕.
오케이. 잠수 이별, 환승 이별.
환승.
오케이. 빵, 밥.
밥.
빙수에는 팥, 과일.
팥.
오케이. 사랑, 우정.
우정.
오, 불고기, 제육.
불고기.
오. 집순이, 박순이.
박순이.
오케이. 자, 10시간 춤추기, 10시간 노래하기.
노래하기.
오케이. 내가 챙겨주고 싶은 사람, 나를 챙겨주는 사람.
챙겨주고 싶은 사람.
오케이. 챙겨주고 싶은 사람.
Yep.
오케이. 거짓말만 말하는 세상, 진실만 말하는 세상.
진실.
오케이. 항상 바람 부는 날씨에 살기, 항상 비 오는 날씨에 살기.
바람.
오. 음악 작업 시 키보드 없이 일하기, 마우스 없이 일하기.
키보드.
오. 다음 앨범 때 새로운 컨셉에 헤매코 하기, 새로운 장르 노래하기.
장르.
오케이. 톡할 때 맞춤법 계속 지적하는 애인, 맞춤법 계속 틀리는 애인.
틀린 애인.
오케이. 자, 이승용. Wait. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16.
Oh shit.
So close. So close.
You're a little bit slow.
No,
You're a little bit
I was a little slow. It's my fault. But also, the last one.
Yeah.
I think if you went like a millisecond faster, we probably would have gotten the second one in. Oh, so close. But at least you're going to be in the tie for number 1.
Yeah.
Tie for number 1. So what happens is when you're in the tie for number 1, the most recent person goes to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be at number 1.
That's right.
So
I'm the rule.
Yeah, you're rule. Are you really competitive? 원래 승부욕 강하세요?
네. 제가 좋아하는 곳에만.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you tend to like then?
뭐라고요?
어떤 거를 주로 좀 좋아하는 거에 승부욕 강하다고 하셨으니까.
네. 그냥 제가 관심이 생기는 거 안에만 있고 나머지는 아예 없어요.
Oh, so you're very one-sided. So like if you start fixating on something, then you're completely fixated on it. Oh, interesting. Well, we're gonna get to know him better today. So, fam, I'm gonna go back with all the answers that he gave us, and we're gonna try to figure out why he answered this.
Okay.
So you did choose dog.
Yeah.
Do you own a dog?
Yeah, I have a dog and cat.
You have a dog and a cat.
Yeah.
양이가 좀 섭섭하겠어요?
Yeah, that's right. But my dog name is cat and cat name is dog. So
Genius.
Yeah, that's right.
Genius.
So anyway, I raised the dog first. So and then when I was young, I always raised the dog. So I a little bit more like the dog.
Okay, so you would lean toward the dogs a little bit more.
Yeah.
What kind of dog do you have right now?
Where's Kogi?
What kind of cat do you have?
Munchkin.
Oh,
They're so short.
Yeah, so cute. So cute. Okay, moving on. Food. Let's go with the food.
Yep.
You chose fried chicken. Okay, so I have to ask every time our artists choose fried chicken, do you like just the fried chicken? So maybe like the only thing that you dip it in is salt? Or do you need it to be a clean palette for a lot of different sauce?
Just normal. Just normal. Yeah, not
Just fried.
sauce. Yeah, just fry.
Okay, just fried chicken.
Because that is the rule, you know.
Really?
Yeah, that's the rule. Because if you have something to sauce, that is not a real Korean chicken, I think.
Then do you like the more modern types of fried chicken or do you like the 옛날 통닭?
Actually, I like the hot fried chicken.
So more the spicier.
Yeah. It's
Dry rubs.
Yeah, dry, but more hot. Like a KFC, like that. Yeah, I like that more.
More like Cajun style within
yeah.
the batter.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, so Pingsu says pat.
Yeah.
If you were to go to a Pingsu restaurant, what kind of pat Pingsu is your favorite?
I think the normal, just the white and then the black. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that is my favorite.
Okay, so the simple is best.
Yeah, or the melon.
Oh, you know what? You're not the first person to say that.
Yeah,
Well, another artist recently came into the studio and they're a pot person, so they're a red bean person too. But if they were to choose a different flavor, it would be melon.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Very interesting. Okay. Thank you so much for choosing 설탕, sugar for 콩국수.
Yeah.
My entire staff loves 소금.
Oh, really?
I feel so lonely.
Really? Usually we put in together, right? The
Right,
salt
and sugar.
right? But I live in more like the sweet and more, so I put in the sugar in there.
Right. For me too, it's kind of like having 죽. Like 팥죽 and 호박죽. It's the sweeter side, and then you have
that's
this
right.
the salty, savory
yeah,
side dish.
yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah,
Same
that's
thing.
right.
Okay. Feels so much better. Pop, so you are more of a rice person.
Yeah, I'm Korean.
Well, yeah, but you'll be surprised at how many Korean artists come through here and they're a bang person.
Really? Sorry, guys.
So you did choose bulgogi, but what is your favorite like soul food menu when it comes to pop?
Soul food menu. I like the 강된장.
간된장.
Yeah, 강된장.
Really?
Yeah, because I love to cook, so I always make the 강된장 when I stay in my home alone. And so my favorite Korean food is 강된장.
그러면 계속 쌈 먹고 막 이렇겠네요.
Yeah.
Really?
알배추랑 같이.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. So he chose 강된장. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's not just the soybean paste. What you do is it's made into another type of paste. So you add other ingredients, whether it be any type of meat or protein, and then you saute it with more vegetables. And you're supposed to make a more upgraded version of the soybean sauce. It's still very salty, but it's just there's a lot more ingredients in there. And then what you do is you either mix it in rice to make bibimbap, or you can use it as a wrap, and you can use it with different vegetables. And he says he likes to have it at home.
Yeah.
That's so wow. So 잠수이별 환승이별, you chose 환승이별. Is it because it's better or is it because it's worse?
Because the better.
환승이별이 나요?
Because 잠수는 너무 예의가 없어요.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
So
polite.
so it's not polite. So 환승이별, the time frame for you to consider it 환승 as a transfer is how long?
Maybe 사람마다 너무 달라서 근데 저한테는 우리 한 하루?
That's really short.
Yeah.
Like not even a week, but like
yeah.
a day.
Yeah. That is a 환승. That is transfer, I think.
So if you dated somebody, you guys broke up, and by this time next week, they're dating somebody. They're putting Lovestagram all over their socials and everything. That's not 환승?
That's 환승 too, but you know.
So like the maximum time that you could say that, 그래. Like when you think that it's no longer like a transfer period, but more of like, it's like, okay, well, whatever.
Maybe 1 month, I think.
About a month?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Everything else before a month would definitely be more of a transfer relationship in his eyes. You love to be out.
Yeah.
Is that why you have so many jobs?
Yeah, that's a reason too. But I raise a dog, so I have to go out with the dog. So, and then when I stay in my home alone, it's so lonely. Like so, I want to go out, but sometimes I want to stay in my home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you chose to sing for 10 hours.
Yeah.
But like, in some of the commercials you've done, like you can move. So
No, I can't. No, I 100%. I can never. Impossible. Never. No.
So 10 hours of dancing would not be that bad.
No, never. I can't dance. When I was in FNC, the Korean entertainment, and then when I was in FNC, I never dance in there. Never. So I can't dance.
Okay. So you would rather sing.
That's right.
Rather sing for 10 hours. Okay, so you did choose 챙겨주고 싶은 사람, the person you would like to take care of.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, for you as a friend or as a significant other or as a son, a family member, a cousin, a nephew, whatever, what do you do to show affection? Since you like taking care of people, to show your affection, what do you like to do to show? So if I was to get to know you and we became friends, what would you do for me that I'd be like, oh, now we're like besties. Like, oh, since he's done this for me, then, oh, it's 절친. Like that. What would be like your initiation of?
I think I'm a Daegu person.
Okay.
So in 경상도, right? So in Korea, the 경상도 person is so 무뚝뚝, right? So like a 친데레.
Right.
So I never show like 내가 했던 걸 뭘 보여주지 않아요. So just 하고 싶어서 그냥 하는 거예요, 그냥. 그냥 뭐 보여주려고 하는 것보다 그냥 내가 챙겨주고 싶으니까. 그 사람이 모르던 알던 상관없이 그냥 챙겨주는 거라서 뭘 했다 이런 게 딱히 없는 것 같아요. 그냥 계속 챙겨주려고 하는 것 같아요.
오케이. 근데 그것도 신씨 아까 말했던 것처럼 그냥 뭔가에 하나 꽂혔을 때 약간 그냥 내가 좋으면 그냥 좋은 되게 단순한
맞아요.
그런 느낌이군요.
네, 맞아요.
Okay, so yeah, he was saying earlier with when he likes something that he gets competitive with it. It's kind of like with his people too. So he says that so he's from Daegu, and Daegu men and people in general are known to be not as the most emotionally viewing. So they're not the type of person that's just like showing their emotions on their sleeve. So if he's treating you particularly well, or if he's showing you affection in a certain way, it's because he really truly cares. And it doesn't mean that he's trying to. It's not like a meditated situation where he's just going to be like, oh, maybe I'm going to, it's not that. It's just he'll naturally just try to accompany to whatever he feels needs to be done in that particular situation. So moving on, you would rather live in a world where they only tell the truth.
Yeah, true. I hate the lie.
Oh, you hate lies.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'd rather live even if it hurts, you would rather live in a world where there's more truth.
I'm not hurt.
Okay, words don't affect him. You chose wind over rain in places that you would live.
Yeah.
You don't like rain?
Yeah, because I ride a bike, the scooter. When I go out, I have to ride the bike, scooter. So when it's rain, I can't ride the bike. So that's why I hate the rains. I live in the home to see the rain.
Right.
But, I hate the rain. When I go outside.
Right. Okay. Marilyn, Daegu men are shy. It's not about them being shy. It's more of like they're not really good at showing their emotions. Yeah, they're not really good at showing their emotions. Okay, so this one actually, I was surprised you came out with the answer so quickly. 음악 작업 없이 키보드 없이 일하기, 마우스 없이 일하기 is the one question that all of our singer-songwriters are like, and it takes the most seconds to figure out.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you
yeah.
answered this so quickly.
Yeah, it's so simple to me because I'm not used to keyboard these days, so I have to. So that's why it's so fast.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a lot more sense. It's something he just doesn't use that much.
Yeah,
these
yeah.
days.
I'm not
Okay,
used to keyboard right now.
Okay. You did choose a new genre. Is there a genre that you would really love to do?
Jazz.
Jazz. Oh,
Yeah.
you would do so good.
I love jazz.
Yeah. Okay. It's like a really deep.
Yeah, really
Deep jazz song.
Deep, yeah.
Okay. I think we got to this one too. So, 톡할 때 맞춤법 계속 지적하는 애인보다 틀리는 애인 is what you chose, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'd rather have your significant other constantly make typos.
근데 이게 제가 헷갈렸던 게 지적하는 거랑 틀린 사람 중에 뭐가 낫냐.
그건 상관없어요.
상관없어요?
저한테 말씀해 주시면 돼요.
그냥
So if you just tell me what you think is better or what you think is worse.
저는 그게 더 최악이라 생각했어요.
저
그래서
최악.
지적해주는 사람이 나아요.
Oh, really? So you would rather have a significant other tell you like, hey, this is not how you're supposed to send that, instead of constantly sending you like typos and really random words and stuff like that.
저는 그래서 맞춤법을 틀린 사람 좀 많이 싫어해요.
Really?
네, 좀 많이 싫어해서 그래서 저도 보낼 때 최대한 안 틀리려고 아니면 틀릴 거면 아싸리 다 틀려버리고.
그러니까 그러면 이렇게까지 말씀하시는 분들의 특징이 있는데 신조어 같은 거에 대한
열려 있습니다. I'm open. Yeah.
So you're open to new phrases, but you hate typos.
그 정석으로 갈 건 확실히 가고.
아예 갈 거면 이렇게 가고. Okay. That makes a lot more sense, though. That makes a lot more sense. So he says that most of all is the typos are just worse and he doesn't like when somebody is a typo. So let's say he's interested in somebody and they're like texting him and there's like tons of typos. It's a turnoff. And he says that he tries not to do a lot of typos either, but there's a twist. It's if he's gonna like be sending like newer words, like, you know, totally like in trendy words now, he's gonna use all of those to a T. But if not, he's not going to try. So if we're going to be learning, you know, like proper Korean in the text, we're going to proper Korean. He doesn't want to like mix. Yeah. It's either or. And it looks like that a lot of our listeners are dropping by today and they're calling themselves the Whiskey Family.
Yeah. Whiskey Family.
오늘 Whiskey Family 분들이 들어와 계셔. 네. 지금 계속 올라오고 있어요. There's a lot of messages from the Whiskey Family. So hi, thank you for joining us. So the one thing that we love about our Tiniest Stage, it is a stage. We provide a stage for them. So we do get a chance to listen to them sing for us as much as we can possibly handle. So we're going to get a chance to have him sing his first live for us for today. And the first track you chose was 갑자기, Suddenly.
Yep.
라이브 준비도 하셔야 되고 하니까 이 곡이 어떤 곡인지 간단하게 소개 좀 부탁드릴게요.
이 곡 같은 경우에는 연인과 있을 때 되게 흔한 이야기. 예를 들면 뭐 여자친구랑 이렇게 이야기를 할 때 뭐 먹을래 하다가 이거 먹고 싶어 해서 그래 그러면은 이건 어때? 그래서 가자 내가 예약해 놓을게 했는데 갑자기 여자친구가 안 먹을래 이렇게 해버려서 갑자기 왜 마음이 바뀌는 거지? 그러니까 뭔가 갑자기 바뀌는 여자의 마음 그런 것들을 썼습니다.
왜 찔리죠? 라이브 준비해주세요.
네.
Okay, so we've got Cincy in the studio for today. He's going to be singing 갑자기 Suddenly for us. And he was just like, so the song itself is kind of like, you know, let's say you're with your girlfriend and we're like, what do you want to go eat? And she's like, oh, yeah, let's go here. And then they're like, okay, then I'll, you know, make reservations. We'll go tomorrow. And then she's like, no, I don't want to go anymore. This song is going to be focusing on how girls are very indecisive. And I was like, why do I feel so called out? So what we're going to do is get a chance to hear him sing live. 준비됐을까요?
Yep.
All right, let's go.
우리 뭐 먹어야 되지 않나 먹은 지 한 4시간쯤 됐나 배 안 고파 그때 거기 문 열었나 맞다 그때 거기 별로라고 했었었나 아니 그래서 뭐 먹을 건데 아무거나 말고 골라볼래? 그럼 내가 메뉴 3개 골라볼게. 면 아까 먹었으니 쌈밥 카레 고기 중에 그나마 고기가 낫다고 돼지고기가 좋다고 네가 좀 나도 지금 검색해서 바로 고 네가 좋아하는 여기 앞에 냉삼집 가자. 내가 바로 먹을 수 있게 미리 해놓을 테니까 먹자. 갑자기 baby 갑자기 baby 갑자기 네가 좋아하는 요리를 하고 또 찌개 끓여 먹을 재료도 사고 또 역시 찌개에는 두부가 빠질 수 없으니 부침용 말고 찌개용으로 사고 또 가지고 싶은 거 뭐든지 말해봐. 하늘의 별 빼곤 뭐든지 사줄게. 아 근데 요즘은 별도 판다던데 잠깐만 가격이 좀 되는데. 갑자기 baby 갑자기 baby 갑자기 네가 웃는 게 좋은데 네가 웃을 때마다 옆에 나를 계속 치잖아. 근데 사실 그거 조금 아프긴 해. Thank you.
I told you, fam. I told you all day today that you are going to fall in love with not only all of his charms, but the biggest one for me is his voice. Oh my God, we got Cici in the studio. He just sang 갑자기 suddenly for us. How long did it take to make this song?
Maybe I make this song first from 처음부터 끝까지 제가 다 만들어서 믹스, 마스터 제가 다 해서 한 2달 걸렸던 것 같아요.
2달이요?
Yeah, 2
그러면 okay, so because he did the mixing and mastering. There we go. So about 2 months. But in general, like just like the sketch. 그럼 첫 스케치까지 나오는 시간 얼마 걸렸어요?
Maybe this song maybe 2 days.
2 days?
Yeah, 2
not
days.
bad.
Yeah, not
okay.
bad. Yeah.
So how does the process work for you? What do you like to go with first? Melody and lyrics? Just lyrics? Beats? Chords?
I think this time the beat first. I think, because I love this sound like in this time, so I make first the beat and then the lyrics and then melody like this. Yeah.
Okay. Where did you learn how to speak English?
I was live in A-Town, Atlanta.
Oh.
When I was young, maybe 12 years old.
Okay.
6 months.
Only 6 months?
Yeah, 6 months. Yeah, only 6 months, and then.
And you walked away with that 6 months experience with this amount of English?
Yeah, that's right.
Wow.
Just 6 months. Yeah, and I love the Rick and Morty,
Okay.
and the Simpsons.
Okay.
I love to watch the animation.
Okay.
So I think that's why. Yeah.
Okay. So you just kind of kept it up.
Yeah.
천재신데? You're a genius.
No.
Oh my God. Okay.
When I was at A-Town, I didn't go to the school or something. I just live in the home alone, and then I have to watch the TV.
Right.
That's
So
right,
the
yeah.
only thing that you had to watch was American TV.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about how you started getting into music. What inspired you to start music?
Since maybe elementary school,
Okay.
I love to sing.
Okay.
And then when I go to high school, I got the the FNC, the entertainment in Korea, and then that is the first. 그때부터 뭔가 음악을 확실하게 생각했던 것 같아요. FNC 들어가서부터.
오디션 보셨어요? 길거리 캐스팅 나가셨어요?
Audition.
오디션. Yeah. What out of all the companies, why there? 아니, 많은 회사들이 많잖아요.
근데 그때 전 여자친구가 그때 같이 보자. 그때 그 친구가 본다 그래서 나도 볼래. 했다가 근데 그 친구 떨어지고 제가 붙고.
어머.
그래서 나도 볼래. 재밌겠다. 이래서 갔는데 붙어서.
어머. Okay, so that is the cutest story ever. So he said he got serious about doing music when he got into FNC, and I was like, how did you did you audition? Were you casted? He's like, no, I went to audition. I was like, out of all the labels in Korea, like, did you try to go to other labels, or like, why was it FNC? He's like, so I was dating this girl at the time, and she was gonna go audition, and she's like, do you want to go? And he's like, yeah, sounds fun. And then she didn't make it, and he did. How long were you there?
Maybe 3 years.
3 years. You were training for 3 years.
Yeah, and then after that, I go to the Fantagio in Korea, and then I practice with this, the surprise,
Oh yeah.
the
surprise members.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was there, so I practice.
I can see you in the group.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 이미지가 있어요. I
really?
can see you in the group.
I really know the surprise, the actor group. You know that? Oh, really?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, really?
Oh.
That's cool.
Okay, so from FNC to Fantagio. Okay. Yeah. Then what happened?
And then I went to the military.
Okay.
And then I come back the normal life, and then I want to show my music for another person, people. So I make alone, just 혼자 처음부터 끝까지 쫙 다 해봤는데 finally I know why we need a company.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
그쵸?
It's so good experiments to me, but so hard, the marketing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I make a music, but no marketing, no people listen. Right. So that's why sorry. So 그래서 왜 있어야 되는지 확실히 느꼈다.
Oh, okay. Now, because you're your own producer, like you write your own songs.
Yeah.
Did that happen? Because I know that nowadays we have a lot of our trainees who do know how to produce music, and some companies allow them to, work on that type of skill and stuff like that, and some of them actually train them to do so. But were you also given that training, or was this just a natural talent that you found later?
I think 연습생 때 뭔가 좀 기본을 이렇게 다져놓고
Okay.
그 다음에 군대에서 계속 생각을 하면서 요즘엔 너무 노래 잘하는 사람이 많고
Okay.
너무 실력이 좋은 사람들이 많다 보니까
Right.
나는 I have to find my own color.
Right.
So that's why and then 생각했죠. 그래서 나는 뭘 좋아할까? 난 재즈를 좋아한다. 그래서 모든 노래 트렌디하지만 좀 특이하고 딱 들었을 때 약간 재즈 느낌이 나는 거는 신시다. 약간 이런 거를 주기 위해서 somebody say, hey, this is not trend. This is a little bit old. This is not a normal music. But I like this. So some days they know
they can put two and two together. Okay. Well, that's actually a genius thing. So he said he had during his trainee days, he was trying to get like the basis kind of skills down. He was thinking about it a lot when he was doing his mandatory military services. And while he was there, he did a lot of thinking, which apparently most guys do. Like apparently while you're in the military, like men go through like a lot of different stages of my future. But apparently he was thinking a lot about it. And he's like, okay, so there's so many great vocalists out there these days. There's so many people who are talented, and I need to find my own color. So he was thinking about how he was going to do that. And since he loves jazz music, he wanted to try to kind of put something that's trendy, but not so trendy, but it's got a little bit of jazz flair to it and kind of just go hand in hand. So when you think of Cincy, you think of his music. Like it kind of goes hand in hand with each other. So it goes hand when you think of it. So I think he was able to go down a really nice route. So let me ask you about your voice. 사실 목소리를 들었을 때는 전혀 연습생을 했을 거라는 상상은 안 가거든요. 왜냐하면 이 기획사에서는
Yeah, I know.
이 추구하는 색깔이 있단 말이에요.
That's
그러면 그 색깔에 맞는 선생님들이 있어요.
That's right.
그래서 한 회사에 비슷한 보컬리스트들이
That's
나오곤
right.
하죠.
That's right.
나쁜 거는 아닌데
Yeah.
색깔은 뚜렷합니다.
That's right.
진씨 목소리는 그런 흔적이 하나도 없거든요. 그럼 그때의 목소리랑 지금 목소리를 좀 많이 바꾸려고 좀 공부를 하신 거예요? 아니면 그때도 이 목소리였는데 그냥 억지로 좀 다른 창법을 쓰려다 보니까 좀 어려웠을까요?
그때도 FNC를 제가 갔던 이유가 솔로를 내주겠다.
Okay.
Not idol. So 아이돌들 좋아하지만 저는 아이돌 말고 솔로를 해주겠다.
그리고 그 회사에서는 그런 색깔을 좀 충분히 낼 수 있죠.
맞아요. 그래서 그때 약간 제가 안양여고 출신인데. 안양여고 출신인데
네네.
YG have a 7
Yeah.
in that time and the JYP have a rain, you know?
Yeah.
So that's all 안양 high school. So
Yeah.
and then FNC said you're gonna be my FNC 안양 yeah, 안양여고. You know what I mean?
That's pretty genius. Okay.
So I practiced just solo. So 그때도 목소리가 이거랑 확 다르진 않았어요.
Okay. So even though he wasn't FNC at first, because I was like, you have a voice that does not sound like trainee-ish, and this is not a bad thing. But if you stan a particular company, they tend to just have the same vocal coaches. So what happens is the artists have a tendency to have similar vocals, and or the way that they sing is very similar, and it's not a crime, but it just tends to happen that way because they tend to have the same vocal coaches.
Same mom.
Oh yeah, same mom. The results are similar. But he says that when he first signed with the label, they did say that he was going to be solo, and so apparently when the CEO signed him, it was just like in Korea. When it comes to YG, who went to Anyang High School, Anyangyego High School, it was 7. And then Rain was JYP's male version of like their representation of it.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to be FNC's representation of the school, which I get. Because it's not a big thing in Korea, but it's kind of a creditable thing
right.
here.
Yeah.
So for him, it's not a lot of differences, but he did work on it. So did you always have this voice, or did you one day listen to a certain artist and then just start kind of copying them, or how did you know that you could sing this well?
I just avoid, 제가 들어본 목소리는 다 피하려고 했어요.
오히려.
네, 오히려 제가 왜냐면은 어렸을 때부터 카피하는 건 너무 많이 해봤기 때문에.
그렇죠.
그리고 제가 보컬 트레이닝도 계속 하고 있어서 아이도 가르치고 있다
네네.
보니까 소리를 어떻게 내야 되는지는 알아요.
Okay.
그러다 보니까 제가 들었던 목소리는 최대한 피하려고 하면서, 근데 어떻게 운이 맞았던 게 그냥 제가 제 목소리 내니까 잘 못 들어봤던 소리더라고요.
Okay. So he does do vocal lessons too, and he's copied a lot of artists in the past as well, but he realized that he didn't want to mimic anybody else's sound at all, even though he knows how to, and he knows how to teach kids and how to use your vocal cords and stuff like that. But thankfully, he was able to just use his naturally given voice without having to do anything special to it, and he was able to find out that he had a different sound than any other artist out there. Did you always love jazz, or was this a genre that you came to love later in life?
Maybe. 고등학교 때부터 좋아했던 것 같아요.
Okay.
계속 재즈를 좋아하다 보니까
Okay.
그냥 어떤 가수를 좋아한다, 뭐 어떤 노래를 좋아한다기보다 그냥 어떤 가수를 가끔씩 꽂히는 가수가 있어요.
Okay.
그러면 그냥 유튜브나 이런 데 그냥 쫙 틀어놔요. 그래서 전 좋아하는 노래는 없고 좋아하는 가수만 있는 그런 조금 특이한 느낌이에요.
Okay. So he started liking jazz, he thinks, around high school, and there's not necessarily like for him, he doesn't really like have I have this favorite song, like it's my all-time favorite. He has his seasons. He'll be obsessed with an artist for a season or a time being, and then he'll like just listen to them nonstop. But other than that, he doesn't really have like a set, that kind of a playlist. 플레이리스트를 이제 막 그냥 틀어놓으신다고 하셨잖아요. 어떤 아티스트 분들은 그 듣는 플레이리스트의 순서와 뭐 테마, 뭐 흐름 이런 거를 되게 중요시 생각하는 사람들이 있고
그렇죠.
아무거나 들어도 되는 사람들이 있고 그냥 그 아티스트만 들으면 된다. 뭐 라이브가 됐던 리코딩이 됐던 상관없이 혹시 신시 씨는 뭐 플레이리스트를 들었을 때는 좀 본인만의 스타일이나 좀 이렇게 좀 추구하는 게 있어요?
저는 딱히 그런 건 없고 저는 그냥 최대한 제 삶에 녹이려고 하는 느낌이에요. 그냥
Okay.
무의식적으로 그냥 틀어놓으면은 곡을 쓸 때에도 그게 나온다고 저는 생각을 하거든요.
Okay.
그래서 그냥 뭐 예를 들면은 약간 에이미 와인하우스가 있다. 그러면 그런 걸 쓰고 싶다. 아니면은 그런 느낌을 내고 싶다. 그러면 계속 그냥 틀어놔요.
그런 느낌을.
네, 그냥 계속 무의식적으로 그냥 스며들 수 있게끔. 그래서 저는 플레이리스트 순서 저는 상관하지 않는 편이에요.
Okay. So yeah, we were talking about playlists because I recently learned this, that when we were talking about our artists and their playlists, some people are very particular about them and some people are not. So I was asking him if he's the type of particular person. He says that not really, but let's say, I was like, oh, let me try to think of an example. It's like, okay, let me say like maybe I was listening to an Amy Winehouse track and I was listening to her albums and stuff like that. And then he wanted to make a song similar. Like he wanted to find a genre within that, like a vibe without it. What he'll do is he'll just kind of immerse his life into it. It'll constantly be being on the background. It's not like he's trying to listen to it. It's just like it becomes a part of his daily routine. So he can kind of subconsciously jump into it because that's how he works on his music as well. He has a lot of job titles, like I said, and we're going to talk a little bit more about his other job titles and whatnot. But we do have another live performance to listen to.
Yep.
And I love your Korean titles because they're just so straightforward. 하지 말던가. I told you. 자,
Yeah.
이건 어떤 곡이에요?
이거는 아까 그 연인과 이렇게 막 되게 어떻게 보면은 재밌는 상황을 이렇게 했으면은 여자친구가 뭔가 잘못을 했어요. 큰 잘못을 했어요. 근데 그게 약간 조금씩 반복이 되던 거였어요.
Okay.
그래서 제가 화나서 이제 안 받아주는 거예요.
Okay.
그렇게 네가 계속 그렇게 할 거면 하지 말던가. 왜 했어? 그런 느낌입니다.
Okay. 자, 라이브 준비해 주세요. 물 드시고.
네.
So we have Cincy in the studio, and the song we heard earlier, 갑자기 suddenly, is like a little bit of a cute tiki-taka type of a track. This one is, the girlfriend is constantly making mistakes, and he has repeated himself constantly about, stop doing it. And so the English titles I told you, and the Korean title is pretty much the exact translation. 하지 말던가. So we're gonna get a chance to hear him sing this live if he's ready. 준비됐을까요?
네.
All right, let's go.
내가 뭘 많은 걸 바랬어 약속만 지키면 되잖아 나도 찾기가 싫어하고 안 했음 하는 거 절대 안 하고 있잖아 근데 왜 넌 오늘도 또 했던 말 똑같이 또 하고 반복하고 아니 누가 보면 내가 뭐 잡는 줄 알겠잖아 아니 왜 또 그럼 거를 하지 말던가 그럼 거 사지 말던가 그럼 말을 하지 말던가 그럼 거를 하지 말던가 그럼 거 사지 말던가 그럼 말을 하지 말던가 됐고 나도 다 할 만큼 했고 됐고 나도 이젠 모르겠고 더 이상은 모르겠고 또 봐준 내가 네가 무슨 말을 해도 이젠 믿고 싶지 않고 아무리 애교를 떨어도 더 이상 나에게는 먹히지 않는다고 저번에도 그랬잖아 내가 어떻게 널 믿어 아니 한 번만 더 이러면은 어떻게 할 건데 아니 웃지 말고 얘기를 해봐 어떻게 할 건데 이러면은 내가 뭐 불릴 줄 알았어 이러면 내가 뭐 이러면 내가 뭐 이러면 내가 뭐 이러면 내가 뭐 그럼 거를 하지 말던가 그럼 것을 하지 말던가 그럼 말을 하지 말던가 하지 말던가 하지 말던가 그럼 거를 하지 말던가 그럼 것을 하지 말던가 그럼 말을 하지 말던가 하지 말던가 하지 말던가 됐다 됐고 나도 다 할 만큼 했고 됐다 됐고 나도 이젠 모르겠고 더 이상은 모르겠고 또 빠쯤 내가 됐다 됐고 나도 다 할 만큼 했고 됐다 됐고 나도 이젠 모르겠고 더 이상은 모르겠고 또 빠쯤 내가 Thank you.
Ooh, bravo! Yana saying, whoa, I really love this. His voice is really awesome for jazz. Paulina, love the song, love his voice. Gorgeous. Standing applause. Marilyn is loving the track as well. Hannah is loving it too. We started seeing Croatia's listening to CNC. Chicago's listening to CNC. We also got San Francisco coming in to listen as well. Mexico is also dropping by to the chat today as well. So we have Shinchi in the studio who just sang live for us here on K-Poppin's Tiniest Stage, and we're running out of time. Oh my God. He definitely has to come back. So we had a listener drop by with a fun question. You change your hairstyle a lot. Is there a style you have loved ultimately up until now?
Bald.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of your bald. Yeah. It gives you a very different image though.
Yeah, I know. But it's so comfy, you know. So comfy.
I figure that it would be very comfortable. So you say that you have a lot of job titles.
Yeah.
How did this come up? Is this something that just naturally you were interested in, or?
First, I have to leave, you know. I stay alone, so I have to make the money. So I have to find what I have to do, you know, what I can do. So, and then I'm a model, so. You know, I'm not ugly, you know, so I can do the model, so that's why. And then the musical is, you know, 갑자기 뭔가 들어왔어요. 들어와서 한번 써볼래?라고 해서 대본을 주면서, 근데 그 전에 작곡가가 3명이 갈아쳤는데 써볼래?라고 해서 네 알겠습니다 해서 일주일 줄게 했는데 이틀 만에 써서 줬어요. 근데 마음에 든다고 해서 네 알겠습니다 해서 하다 보니까 그냥 아예 그냥 뮤지컬 작곡가 쪽으로도 좀 가서 음악 감독도 하고 근데 이렇게 하다 보니까 연결되고
그쵸,
해가지고 애들도 가르치게 되면서 근데 애들 가르치는 거는 그 전부터 했었고 이렇게 하다 보니까 그냥 엔잡러가 됐는데 근데 또 더 뭔가 일을 벌이고 싶어요. 지금 카페도 해봤고 뭐 이거 뭐 합주실도 하고 뭐 사업도 해보고 의류 사업도 해보고 이것저것 해봤는데 뭔가 좀
ENTP세요?
네.
아싸 맞췄다.
어떻게 하세요? 어떻게? 우와.
아 오늘 P일까 J일까를 계속 지금
정말요?
고민을 했거든요. 근데 앞에 것까지는 다 대충 나왔는데
정말요?
근데 약간 J이실 것 같아서 일할 때는 꼼꼼 마시고
일할
이래서
그렇죠.
근데 P 오케이 확실한 P네요. 오케이.
확실한 P입니다.
So modeling wise, he's using his looks. And when it comes to like, producing and stuff like that for musicals and whatnot, apparently there was somebody he knew that needed a project to be done, and some other producers were not able to fit the bill. They gave him a week. He did it in 2 days, and then that just became like an open door for a lot of different things. But yeah, he just loves doing a lot of different things. Like he's had a cafe before. He's done fashion stuff before. Like he's kind of had his fingers dabbled in anything. And I was like, "Are you an ENTP?" And he's like, "How did you know?" And I was like, I got the first three about mid-interview, but then I wasn't unsure if you were a P or a J with, but I feel that he's a J when it comes to his work, but okay.
완전 P입니다. 완전.
It sounds like it.
여행 갈 때 내일 가고 그래요. 해외여행 내일 갑니다.
He's a power P. He's like, I'll go overseas vacation tomorrow. He doesn't care. Okay. So with that, we do have a lot to talk about, but to kind of wind down the interview, after listening to the show today, if there was an artist, let's say, that just randomly saw your interview today with us and would love to work with you, who would be your dream collaboration? This can be a Korean artist, American artist, doesn't matter.
Bruno Mars.
There we go.
Yeah.
I mean, Rose already did it, so
the
door's open.
Yeah, doors are open.
The door's open. Would you like to do a very Bruno Mars type of a style song, or would you love to bring him to your side of music, to bring him into more of like the jazzier, 신시 style of music?
I think I have to go there,
Okay.
because 제가 가는 게 더 유명해질 것 같아요.
Whatever's more popular. Okay.
Yeah.
As a musician, everybody has a dream stage. Some people, it can be as subtle as going back to their hometown and performing at a certain concert hall there. Some people, it might be Wembley Stadium. Some people might be, a certain, center or, place. As an artist, what would be your dream stage?
공연을 어딘가에서 뭔가를 하고 싶다 이런 건 딱히 없고요.
Okay.
왜냐면 저는 그냥 제 음악을 방구석에서 잘 많이 들었으면 좋겠어요.
Okay.
그냥 뭔가 되게 음지 있는 사람들도 약간 좋은 음악들을 어떻게 보면 아웃사이더 친구분들이 더 빨리 캐치를 하잖아요.
그렇죠.
그러다 보니까 그런 사람들이 좋아하는 안 알려졌으면 하는 가수가 되고 싶어요.
Okay. So he says that it's not so much about like a dream stage. It's more like, I want somebody who's the ultimate introvert, shyest person in the world, who would never like leave their house to know his music. He would like to be able to reach out to the world, to people who are in all those different nooks and crannies, so that they can feel comfortable with his music and enjoy his music as well. 신씨, we have to say goodbye. 오늘 어땠어요?
너무 좋았습니다. 한 번 더 불러주세요.
So far, you're at the number one spot, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We're closing today with one of my favorite tracks, and it's Whiskey, because I'm a whiskey girl, but also the song is amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today. Whiskey is going to be our last track, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye, guys.